Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gregtech, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So I did a little bit of work off camera. I reset up my smeltery over here because a couple of the quests want upgrades to the crossbow, and in order to get those you need to have the cast, and in order to make the cast you need to have the smeltery up. So I set up the smeltery, and then I went and I rigged this. I put a button, a couple of red alloy wires leading up to a dispenser, and inside the dispenser I end up putting Enderman eggs that I can buy from my coins tab, specifically this one right here. And I can use those in order to get some Enderman eggs and of course launch them in here and end up with some liquid ender, which I can use to turn into ender pearls. I had a few ender things that I really wanted. There is a leftover bat. I've been doing a little bit more in my Thaumonomicon, and I got enough warp to now cause bats to spawn apparently. So I think before I told you guys I got all the bee stuff done, and then I went back and what was I working on? Oh, right. I went and I did all of the ore purification stuff, which then actually leads you into... which one is that one? No, I don't think it's that one. It is... There's one of these. I don't think it was thalmic bases, no. But one of these has some additional stuff that you can then get. Was it witchery? No. Oh, it was witching gadgets. So witching gadgets then, once you unlock metal purification, gives you cinnabar purification, and then that gets you the metallurgic perfection purification, which lets you purify ores into the clusters, and then you can take those clusters and you can, I believe, get 3 ingots each from those in the infernal furnace. So I was kind of doing it to increase some of the ores that are a little harder to get, but it ended up giving me a ton of warp. In any case, I did finish getting both of my farms up and running. There's my peanut farm and there's my tree farm. The tree farm stopped because it's filled up its inventory and I haven't done much with it yet. I do need to get on that soon. The peanut farm, however, I have a small setup going on now. That is at least getting the peanut portion filled up. So what happens is when the peanuts themselves are output, they get sent over to this buffer, I suppose, for lack of a better word, which then has a conveyor that pumps it into this tiny chest, and then that goes to a crafting chest, and then I have a transfer node along with the world interaction upgrade that can upgrade those guys into, well, they can pull out the peanuts into the seeds and then send them back in so that this cycle repeats itself and I get more peanut seeds. I haven't put the thing to transfer fertilizer in yet, but then I've got power and power and water coming over from a thirsty tank, and right now it's just a battery buffer, a medium voltage battery buffer that I have. It powers both of them, but I need to get a few more things for this thing set up, and then I want to have the logs and the saplings exported, and I would like for them to go right over here, just to the right of them. I am wanting to put right here 2 pyrolyse ovens, so that I can start processing the wood and the saplings into the charcoal with the creosote oil, and then the saplings can be converted into they can be converted into wood vinegar or wood tar, a couple of different products that the saplings can get converted into. No, sorry, the saplings only get converted into fermented biomass. The logs can be converted into creosote, wood tar, or wood vinegar, and then I can start using those. The other thing I got set up was I ran all the tin pipes for all of my fisheries, and then I brought over this basic fluid extractor who's just running off a battery for right now as I'm working on getting my 64 fish oil cells. So that's actually nice and handy. So that's basically all that's changed around the base. I just set up my forestry farms, I set up my fish oil. I've automated the peanut farm as best I can for right now, and now I'm trying to get my pyrolyse oven, and then I want to get my bronze boiler or something set up so that I can start running power. But that gives an overall feel for my base, where I want the pyrolyse oven to go here, and then I can start blocking in this whole area in order to make a real base out of it. This one right here, even though it's got the X in because I was mining the chalcopyrite, this chunk I want to create as, I guess, my center area. Basically, I want to have kind of a quarter circle over here, a quarter circle over here, and then a half circle here. And on this half circle wall, start putting in the Project Red request pipe, and then start getting automation flowing around the base. So yeah, those are my goals. I did update my little goal list here to where the advanced compressor, advanced macerator, advanced centrifuge, those are all for this portion over here. You can see I did the biofuels to biochaff, and now I'm just waiting to get the biomass from the pyrolyse oven. Almost done with the fish oil, and then I can start working on the seed oil. In addition to that, I went and did these 3 quests because I needed the transport pipes as well as the world interaction upgrade. Working a little bit with the magnolium and the crossbow. I still need to make my new bolts using vanadium steel. Those you already saw. Let me think, is there anything else I did? Well, I did the entire line with the exception of the very last one for Project Red. Yes, I created every single one of these guys. I did end up creating 3 super tanks, and the super tanks are also a quest in the MV line to knock those out. And then I went all the way over here, and this last one I need to create 1 more item extractor and 1 item stock keeper. The item extractor is pretty easy. Those guys just take the regular LV tier chips in order to make them. The problem comes with the item stock keeper because those guys need the MV tier of chips, and I still don't have a good way of producing those. In any case, you can see I want a second pyrolyse oven now. I would like to get the other couple of quests in the MV line done here. I want to do the advanced chemical reactor. I'd like to do the MV bending machine so that I can get those dense plates made to start making things. Let's see. Still have the Essentia furnace there, the advanced fluid solidifier, and then the biodiesel line wants 4 MV compressors. I'm not sure that I'll get that far, but then there you can see my bolts for my crossbow, and then an MV fluid extractor, mainly for the getting the steel tip on the tool rod. And then once I get my seed oil set up, I would like to use the carpenter along with the seed oil in order to start getting some apiaries for working with the bees. I don't mind working with the bees. Sometimes they can be annoying and obnoxious to try and get their lines purified so that you can have pure bees of the common and things like that, and get those put onto like pristine bees. Thankfully, there is in the coins quest, they have the Rocky Hives. They do cost 10 coins each, but the Rocky Hives always give pristine queens, so they're pretty nice for once you've got a line and you got a whole mess of drones, you can get a pure breed and put them on the pristine bees, and that way you'll have a queen always of that type. So that can be a good thing. Yeah, that is what is up ahead. I'll bring you back in when I've got a little bit more to show, probably once I've got the pyrolyse oven set up, and we'll see you soon. And I'm back. I've been doing a little bit of work. It's basically taken me half the day to get this done, but if I pull up my map, you can see that I've covered several areas, several chunks of my base with this agon material. Seems to work rather nice. I made myself some lamps, and I've started covering up because I've finally put together the pyrolyse oven. Here is my bronze boiler as well as a steel tank filled with steam. I am trying out the using the comparator and the red crystals from what is that one? Automagy, and along with the RS latch, and right over there is a NOT gate, just like the instructions say to do. So I'm giving it a try. I have no idea if it works well yet. I do know that once it's a certain size full, it does stop. So the next part is for me to start hooking up some steam generators, and then seeing if this thing kicks over once it drops down low enough. I have begun the automation of these setups. If I come down here using my makeshift hole, I have this pipe that runs all the way from here, which is hooked up to my tree farm. So I've got my my logs coming in and then going up and into the pyrolyse oven. I have the chipset set for it, but I don't have a battery in it or some kind of power to it yet, so it's just sitting there. I have the input for the charcoal will come down out of here, hopefully into a compressor, compress that, put it into a buffer chest, and then it'll funnel itself over here and go into the bronze boiler there. Here is a water line that pulls from that infinite or that thirsty tank, so that hopefully it will keep itself well watered. And then here is the huge steel fluid pipe that you need in order to move the 16,000 millibuckets of steam per second. And that will come down into here, and this is where I plan on putting together my set of 10 steam generators in order to generate all the extra power that that thing can create. So that's what I've been up to. A lot of my time was consumed with trying to figure out how to get this stuff set up and to get more steel in order to make this steel tank. So that's pretty much what I've been focused on, outside of every time I got another set of this stuff, I was digging up the bottom layer of ground, as you can see here, and then placing the layers over the top. So yeah, things are coming along pretty nicely for the base. I do intend to basically fill in the entirety of this area, and then probably put an underground area just like I have over here. I may extend the entire underground area just so that I can do all of my piping and my funneling and figuring out where things go, etc., etc. That is all the progress I have made for today. I haven't even built any other machines. I was so focused on trying to get this power set up because I cannibalized the part of this stuff. I pulled off all of the tin item pipes and all of those kind of things, and I'm down to 50 blocks of charcoal over here. I do have some backup charcoal that I've siphoned off earlier right here, otherwise, yeah, I'm trying to get everything I can done down here in order to build those 7 other steam generators so that I can go back over there and start setting it up and start getting power routed around so that I can start automating maybe some of these machines. So anyway, I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to call that good for this video. I'm sorry there wasn't much in the way of making things. It was more a matter of showing what is transitioning here, and I will be doing a tutorial specifically on that RS latch as soon as I've got it figured out for myself. So look forward to that at a later date, and we'll catch you next time. Till then.